The most common mistake that English learners, especially the beginners, they do is that they focus too much on advancing their vocabulary skills. Their focus is on adding new words, collocations, idioms, and phrases. Whereas in doing so, they forget on focusing on the foundation. Now, what do I mean by foundation? The foundation of framing a grammatically correct sentence. Because a grammatically correct sentence is made up of the different parts of speeches. To be precise, the 8 parts of speeches. And even if you use those big words or collocations or idioms, but if your sentence is not grammatically correct, you are prone to get misunderstood. Yes, it is a good idea to add more to your vocabulary, but at the same time, make sure you're working on your basics too. And hence in this video, we will talk about one of those parts of speech, which is prepositions. And in these prepositions, we will focus on the preposition to. We will see how to use to in various sentences. Now, the preposition to can be used in 5 different ways. Number 1, to is used for movement. When there is a movement from one place to another, we use the preposition to with dynamic motional verbs. For example, he was going to school. Let's drive to school. We thought of walking to the bakery. We are flying to London next week. The captain sailed to the nearest port. Now, in all these verbs, we use the preposition to. The second use as time expression. So when to is used as time expression, it is used along with from. When we used from and to together in a sentence, from is used to denote the beginning of the time period, whereas to is used to denote the end of that time period. For example, she played piano from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Or he works from 8 in the morning to 5 in the evening. Now, from denotes the starting of the time period and to denotes the end of the time period. The third, to is used with phrasal verbs. For example, I look forward to meeting you. Look forward, phrasal verb, with it we use to. The next one, he objected to her advancements. Objected to her advancements. Number 4, to is used to denote purpose, wherein we use to in place of in order to. For example, I called him to get some help. Now, if you see, the sentence can also be framed as I called him in order to get some help. So we remove in order and we say I called him to get some help. She didn't work hard in order to give up. Now, if we remove in order to, it will be she didn't work hard to give up. The fifth use of to is with common phrases, when we use it to link ideas. For example, to a great extent. Now, we use this phrase to a great extent either in the beginning of the sentence or at the end, wherein we want to say that we completely agree with whatever is said. For example, the students are hardworking to a great extent. So you're agreeing to that fact that these students are hardworking. I agree with your idea to a great extent. That means I agree to your idea. It can also be used in phrases like to some extent. Now, when you use it with to some extent, it means that you do not completely agree, but yes, you partially agree with that. For example, I agree with your idea to some extent. The students are at fault to some extent. We also use it with phrases like to begin with or to start with. Now, as the phrase itself suggests, This particular phrase is always used in the beginning of the sentence. To begin with, let me thank you all for being here with me, right? So these are the 5 different uses of the preposition to. Number 1, as movement. Number 2, for expression, time expression. Number 3, with phrasal verbs. Number 4, to denote purpose. And last, number 5, with common phrases to link ideas. I hope it is clear now. I would request you all to make some sentences and write it down in the comment section. On this note, this is Dr. Garima signing off for now. See you in the next video.